Hey everybody, this is Jackie from Jacqueline Ann Designs, and I wanted to return to my last video where I talked about and showed you some of the gifts that I had gotten in a friend's gift exchange, and there was a couple of them that hadn't shown up yet. So I thought I would bring those on and show them to you and kind of do a little mini review. And the first one was this beautiful book here, Impressionist Applique. And I can tell you already I am in love with this book. Um, and it's got several projects in it. And one of them is this project on doing this swan with its reflection in the water. Just gorgeous. And then there's inspiration in here for tons of other where where you take what you learn, because what it is it's a book to learn and then to branch off on your own and do your own designs. So let me kind of thumb through it a little bit. And she does a lot of work talking in here about color values and color tones and the difference that it makes in your piece. And you can see a demonstration of that here. But it's even more subtle than that. She talks about the color tones and the difference they can make, just getting them right or wrong, or just in your individual artistry, in your individual pieces as well. But she talks about, how you can make the patterns totally different. So it's a really fascinating book. She does from the simple to more complicated, and then she shows a lot of work that her students have done using the techniques that she teaches, which is what that page is. See. These aren't the actual projects, it's where she's teaching technique in here. And she also even shows how your stitching and how you place your colors, and excuse the reflection, there, that's a little bit better, can make a huge difference, and it looks like a different flower. It's just fascinating. I really am enjoying the book so far. And how to personalize the picture and make it your own. So here someone has taken her swan, and if you look closely at it, the picture, the original pattern goes to somewhere right in there. Okay? And whoever did this project, and she's got their name, has extended the swan out, even the reflection, and made it, puts the pussy willows on there, and turned it into something different. Or, just done more with it. And then here's someone change the position and the shape of the swan and made it a darker colored swan. And see what they did here in the back with the tail feathers. A lot of the ones that are in this book where her patterns have been changed were done by someone named Grace Herrera, or Herrera, I'm not sure. I noticed that person's name is in here a lot. This book was written by Grace Herrera and Meredith Osterfeld. So they co-wrote this book, actually. And she shows how using different values and colors with the same pattern can be achieved here. And I think that was that's a photo. But she's just showing even in a photo. But she shows the different types of fabrics to use. And not use, like she goes into these. But I can tell you, I've seen patterns where things like this were used that turned out pretty nice. So I think it all depends on what you're doing. Yeah. And she shows how to grade your fabric according to intensity of color. So you're picking, like here she's got pinks and reds all together. Here's the fabric she's trying to upgrade the color, like go to one shade to another shade. And so she's trying the color. Here she's trying the color here. Oh, that's too light. Still not quite right. Still not right. And here's just what she wanted. She just wanted something subtle. I have not finished reading it, but anyway, a lot of going into color values and making reference charts. And here's one of the first projects that are in the book. And I've already pulled the patterns out. I'm not going to open them, but they're big sheets like this, and you trace them. Or you can use something transparent, like there's some transparent silicone mats available out there now, and some people are not drawing certain aspects of their patterns. They're putting their pieces together with Steam-A-Seam Light 2 directly onto the silicone mats. It's a technique I haven't tried yet, so I don't know exactly how they're doing it. I think Laura Heine is now teaching it, and I know a lot of her students are using it. I don't know if she's teaching it. And so I'm going to follow up and learn about that a little bit more, because I saw some people in a video using this book and these big patterns. But she's got one pattern on each side of these big giant pieces of paper. And so this is one of the projects that's in the book. And once again, she encourages you, and she gives some complete supply lists. And then you go into the fabric and how to create your focal point. And here's how the focal point's going to be a morning glory. And then she even here's the pattern notations and instructions. She goes into a lot of detail about it. And I'm not really certain about this vinyl overlay thing here, what she's talking about. I haven't gotten that far into it. She talks about how to make the freezer paper templates, which a lot of people, there have been some problem with freezer paper templates. So be sure that you read this carefully and decide if you want to do it or not. I'm going to read it, but the shiny side of the freezer paper, if you end up applying an iron to it, that has a plastic to it, and it becomes stuck. Your item will become stuck to freezer paper. And some of the people in one of my collage groups, they have run into that, and I have heeded their advice. And she talks about how to do it raw applique in here, and also to do it as a turn, how to do the turn edged applique. And I believe this one is designed, with this flower, is designed to be turn edged. And so she gets into that. And then she gets into how to do the applique by machine, or to do it by hand, however you want to do it. If you want this to be a hand stitch piece, and then she even shows how some people took it another step and did beadwork and different types of fibers in their projects. And here's how people took that same pattern and just made it look a little bit different. And here's someone who took the pattern and made it even bigger and into something different. And this one is one I want to be sure and do, and it's it's called Time Limitless Landscapes, and it's a Tuscan sunset. Isn't that pretty? And so, same thing, you've got the big pattern over here to do your tracing, but she also shows the different aspects of it as she goes in the book, which you don't normally get in a pattern, in any of the collage patterns that I have tried so far. I think it's because this is like an instructional book. And see, she talks more about raw edge applique on this one because this pattern is worked in raw edge. It's a very good book. And even how, once again, how people took the pattern and made it their own. And she really seems to encourage that. And here's one where they took, I mean, this doesn't even look anything like that pattern. And look what somebody turned it into. I don't see that as being the same pattern at all. When I first looked, I said, did someone, you know, I don't think she's trying to claim that this is the same pattern. I think she's trying to show how color transformed a landscape. It says, what might have been a ho-hum landscape has been transformed through the magic of value and color. Rainbow Canyon was created using raw edge applique. So maybe she's just trying to show how raw edge applique applied. And then you come over here, and this is the next project. And she talks a lot about the eagle's beak and the eye and color in the eagle's beak and the eye. And that's one of the big patterns. So it ends up being a bigger picture than you thought. See, it's actually a teaching book. And here's how different of her students interpreted the pattern. And then here's how someone took what they learned. Once again, this is one of the authors of the book, Grace Herrera, and made the picture into something else. You know, made it a different, it's still an eagle, but it's different. Pretty fascinating. And then you come to the one that's on the cover, and that's the swan with the reflection in the water. And you can see, just once again, it's the same sort of thing. A lot of detailed instructions and further inspiration. And then this is the last project, I think, and it's a sunset. And this is the same pattern, and here she's emphasizing how she's got one that's called Popsicle Sunset and Creamsicle Dawn. So it's all about color value, and you can make it a sunset, or here it's early in the morning. So depends on what you're looking for. And she even has the suggestions on your fabric choices and different things like that for all of this. And once again, you've got this big paper pattern over here. And here's how they took it and made it into a different scene. Different, but still a coastal scene. And then these are how people went and created some of their own creations. And those are both by Grace Herrera. I think all of these are Grace Herrera's. Look at that, the pianist. It looks like a lot of people have the same problem. I tried to create hands in a piece, and in this piece they're great. I saw some of her other pieces, and the hands were a problem for her. I'm not much into spiders. I probably would not do that. I appreciate the artistic value of it, but I wouldn't do the spider. I would do something else in that. Yeah. But anyway, so there is, it's just to try some other things, you know. She's taking you in here. Advance yourself, you know, broaden your horizons. She gives some quilting tips on quilting your piece. So I think I'm gonna learn a lot from this book. So anyway, so that is that book. I'm going to go over here and show you the ISBN number in case you're interested. I bought mine as a used version. I found the used version through one of the sellers on Amazon, and it also says it's available as an ebook. So it's the focus of the book is how to discover how value, which their color is what they mean, creates a focal point, develops dimensionality, and lends a painterly effect to your quilt. This book includes 5 projects with full-size patterns and features 3 applique styles: turned edge, raw edge, and free edge. And then learn how to choose fabrics with value in mind to achieve different effects. So I'm really going to enjoy this. I'm going to put it in early in my project queue. I've got a lot of projects lined up, so it needs to go behind those, but it can go before some others that I have in queue. Now, the other very good price point, it was in the $29 range, but what they are jeweler's glasses. And I want to show you, first of all, what came in the case. First of all are the jeweler's glasses. Now, the lenses were not on it. They were separate. And I'll show you how it all works. And then it came with these different magnifying lenses. I have so far ended up with the somewhere in the middle. One time, and then it goes all the way up to 3.5 times. And then you've got all of these in between. And so the one I ended up finding most helpful for me so far has been right smack dab in the middle. That I'm using is it's the 2.0. And to me, it is amplifying it much bigger than 2 times its size. But it is working perfectly for me. It's a game changer. I am telling you. My main stitch right now is just suddenly advanced in how fast I'm able to do it, how neat and tidy my stitches are looking, and how pretty they are looking. And I mean, at least 4 times faster, if not more than that, on the stitching. The other thing that I've noticed is with the eye problems that I'm having, I'm not getting the headache. I'm not getting, how it has been for me is about 5 to 10 minutes into the my stitching sessions, I would notice my vision starting to get cloudy. And then maybe 30, 45 minutes into the session, I couldn't even go any further. So last night I went like over 4 hours stitching. I was just amazed. I didn't get a headache. I was thoroughly enjoying myself. And that is the difference. I came with this case for the lenses. The only thing I will say about this is you got to be careful to get your lenses in right. One, if you don't, they move around. They're going to get all scratched up. And I wouldn't say that it's the easiest to slide them into those little things. You have to slide them into these little V-shaped pieces here. But, I mean, it just takes a second or two paying attention, and you do it. And then, so there's it came with this plastic case for your lenses. It came with a strap in case you were uncomfortable with the things around your ears and you wanted to put the glasses on by the strap. And I imagine it would also work out okay if it didn't fit you correctly with the earpieces on. And because this is a lot more adjustable. So it came with that strap to use as a strap to put it on around your head instead of that. It came with the lens cleaning cloth, some instructions, a thank you note, excuse me, and this case, of course. And then it did not come with a little charging block. You know, I don't get these companies, not sending a charging block anymore, especially with as short of a charging cable as they send. Because, I mean, you know, one of those things I'm not quite getting. But anyway, especially as fast as they've had the recently, a lot of my little blocks, charging blocks, have just suddenly started quitting on me. Now, I will admit I've had them around for quite some time, but so anyway, so here they are. They come without this piece on, this lens, and when you put them on, you put the concave side facing out. Those of you that wear glasses know all about that. And then it has this button right up here. You turn the light on. It's got two different intensities, high and low. And it really shines directly. It doesn't replace having the main light source, so you still need your OT light and nice, good, bright light. But what it does is it puts a more intense focus on right on the specific area that you're looking at. Then it's fully adjustable. I have had no problem. It adjusts both here at these hinges, and then it also adjusts here. Okay, let me see. So it also adjusts right here at the lens. So, and right here at this other hinge here. So what that does is it gives you a full adjustability on it. It came fully charged. It's got the little charging port right there. It's got this rubber thing here that fits against your forehead. The nose piece has, this rubber thing to prevent it from slipping off of your nose. I will say, I think the next time I go in, I'm going to be buying some new glasses soon after I have a procedure done to my eyes. And I'm going to ask them for an extra set of those nose pads, and I'm going to put them on here and see if that helps. It really was not uncomfortable. I don't mean to say that. But after it's firm, and I'm so used to my glasses having that gel cushion on them. If you're not used to that gel cushion on your glasses, it may not bother you at all. Now, the only negative thing so far I have found is these earpieces. They're very comfortable. They don't bother me on. As a matter of fact, right now, that's my preferred way of wearing them. But they could just feel like they could break. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I needed to answer the phone, so I was gone for briefly, and I'm back. I wanted to put the glasses on and kind of show you what they look like on, how you can adjust them, how around your glasses. So and here, I usually adjust them after I get ready to do my piece, and I'll turn the light on. And then when you're looking down at your piece, this light, I like to have it so it focuses down on my piece. And then I end up adjusting the lenses. And then you find just the perfect place that works for you. And they're not cute. They're ugly. I know it, but man, are they a game changer for me. And they're going to allow me to do some hand needle work. There's Sweetie Pie, my puppy. Sweetie Pie, look at the camera. Oh, she says, why are you bothering me? I'm in my nap. And she likes to ruffle herself around and make a mess of her hair. I clipped her hair a couple days ago. And we need to do some tidying up still of that haircut. It's a stressful thing for her. And the clippers get a little bit warm when you're working with them. So we never get it done in one session. But anyway, so we've still got some work to do on her grooming. But she looks a lot better. But she just kind of, you can look up at that area right She's, you got anything good in that hand, Mom? But anyway, you can see what like if you look towards her hindquarters there. I don't know how she gets herself all like that. You brush her every night. We keep our brush right here because we just need it so often. And her fur is not like any dog's fur I have ever been blessed to live with. I love dogs. So her fur is like cotton. She's a Yorkie poo. And hi there, sweet pie. Hi there. Yeah. You's beard's a mess right now. It's in front of you eye. Yeah. Sweetie pie, yes sir, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gonna wake up from your nap? She says, well, you woke me up, Mom. Yeah, you woke me. I was trying to take my nap. She saw a cat, or no, it was a relative's dog that kept getting up on the back of the sofa. So guess where her favorite place is? I've even got that blanket up there for her. It's sweet pie blanket. It's my blanket, actually. But she keeps taking it over. So I'm going to put something else up there so I can get my blanket back. But anyway, you're a pretty girl. You're a little bit of a mess right now. But yeah, as soon as you get done brushing her out, she goes and I don't know. It's like she just goes and starts rubbing herself, tossing herself to and fro against everything. And she loves the hairbrush. She loves getting her coat brushed. But when you're done, she immediately goes and just rubs, and then goes outside and rolls around in the dirt every time. Comes in, and they're just the area of the desert where we live. There's a lot of sticker plants and stuff. And then she comes in, and we take out all the stickers and brush the dirt out again. And then I just don't let her out for a while, and she kind of forgets. But anyway, she is my baby girl. She's my cutie patootie. That's what Sweet Pie is. Yeah. Yeah. Can you wag that tail? Look at that tail. Oh, my goodness. She even has like 4 or 5 grins, and sometimes I can get her to grin. Yeah. Look in the camera. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Say hello, everybody. Hi. I think Mom's crazy. Who's she talking to? Is she crazy, Mom? Who are you talking to? But that's Sweetie Pie. She's my little girl, a constant companion. She's going to be going on, I got a special carrier for her on my motorcycle. She's, that I'm trying to get her trained for. We just got to get out there and get on the motorcycle more. And I'm going to be ordering her some goggles. Right now, she's down in the carrier. She's not really poking her head out. But I would like to get it so that she can poke her head out if she wants. There's a special place. So we're going to order her some goggles and stuff. Anyway, so she's going to go on some of my cycle adventures with me. I have a 3-wheeled motorcycle, a Can-Am Ryker, and we're going to be doing some riding together. Yeah. She's my sweetie pie, and I love her, yes I do. I L-O-L-O-V-E love her, 'cause she's my S-W-E-E-T-I-E pie. She's my sweetie pie. I love her. Yes. But anyway, so that's these glasses. Yes, look at the camera, sweetie. Hello, everybody. My name's Sweetie Pie. Yeah. She said, my name is Sweetie Pie. Hello, everybody. I'm Sweetie Pie. I'm a Yorkie poo. And I loves my mama. Yeah. And I has a new friend, and her name is Winter. She's a little gray feral cat that moved into our garage. Yeah, she gonna get her shots and see the vet, and then I can play with her a little bit more. Mama's not letting me play with her till that happens. But her and I is already friends. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So Sweetie Pie and I will talk to you guys later. And she's sitting here wagging her tail because she's happy to meet y'all. And you got to see me wearing my jeweler's glasses and looking a little strange, but I am telling you, I saw some other floss tubers wearing them, and they didn't really say much about them, but oh my gosh, I'm going to say something, because if you are a person that has eye issues, these can be worn over your glasses, so I'm certain I'll have to change which lens I use at the time. I love you too. Yeah, I do. I know they're weird, those glasses. I know. She should say goodbye to everybody. Oh, mwah. Say goodbye to everybody. She says, Mom, I don't want to finish trimming my hair. Can we please leave it the way it is? Oh, I love you too. She has some grins, you guys, that are just priceless. And sometimes I can just tell her to grin, and we go through this whole grin regime. She has even posed and done little things like this for the camera. She used to know what the word pose, well, she still does. She just got sick of me coming up to her and go, pose. And her having to pose, and she just kind of got to where she wouldn't do it. But anyway, thanks for putting up with letting me introducing you to my little girl. And without further ado, I am going to go get this video edited, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be taken out of it. I will see you at my next video. Love y'all. Bye-bye.